The dust-covered cardboard box creaked as Alex lifted its lid, sending a plume of musty air swirling around the attic. Sunlight filtered through the small window, catching tiny particles that danced like silent witnesses to forgotten memories. Her fingers brushed against old photographs and trinkets when suddenly, a weathered edge of something caught her eye. "Guys, come look at this," Alex called out, her voice echoing through the old family home. Mia, Jake, and Emma crowded around, their curiosity piqued. Jake, always the history enthusiast, carefully unfolded the yellowed map, his fingers tracing the delicate lines with practiced precision. "This is incredible," he muttered, adjusting his glasses. "These markings, they're unlike anything I've seen before." The map was an intricate web of cryptic symbols and topographical details, with a specific location circled in faded red ink. Dense forest lines surrounded a curious marking that looked like the entrance to something, a cave, perhaps, hidden deep in the wilderness. "Look at these symbols," Jake murmured, his voice tense with curiosity. The markings were strange, intricate patterns that looked ancient yet unfamiliar. "They feel different. Like a language no one remembers." Mia's fingers flew over her smartphone, scanning the weathered map. "Wait," she exclaimed, her eyes widening. "These coordinates match a remote spot 50 miles away. No photos. No records. Nothing. It's as if this place doesn't exist in the modern world." A shiver ran through them both. Driven by equal parts excitement and dread, Jake and Mia prepared to investigate. Who created these markings and why? What could lie hidden in an area untouched by history books or technology? This wasn't just a puzzle, it was the starting point for a journey into the unimaginable. Emma, always the cautious one, shifted uncomfortably. "You've heard the local stories, right? About the cave in the forest that no one returns from? My grandmother used to warn us about those legends." Alex's eyes sparkled with an unmistakable glint of adventure. "Which is exactly why we should investigate," she said, her voice a mixture of excitement and determination. The next morning, they set out early. The forest seemed to whisper around them, branches creating intricate shadows that danced with every gentle breeze. Jake carried the map, occasionally cross-referencing their route with a handheld GPS. Mia's backpack was filled with technological gadgets, infrared cameras, signal boosters, and emergency communication devices. "These tree carvings are weird," Mia observed, pointing to several trees with unusual markings. The symbols were similar to those on the map, strange, angular lines that seemed to pulse with an almost imperceptible energy. As they ventured deeper, the forest grew denser. The sunlight became fractured, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. Strange whispers seemed to drift between the trees, or was it just the wind? "Do you hear that?" Jake nodded, his archaeological enthusiasm momentarily overshadowed by a creeping sense of unease. The silence was oppressive, broken only by their careful footsteps and the occasional rustle of unseen creatures. Then they saw it. The cave entrance loomed before them, a dark maw carved into the rocky hillside. Ancient symbols were etched into the stone surrounding the entrance, their edges worn but still discernible. Jake's hands trembled as he traced the carvings. "These are definitely from a civilization we've never documented," he breathed. "This could be the archaeological find of the century." As they prepared to enter, a faint sound caught their attention: footsteps. Human footsteps, carefully placed, approaching from behind. "Do you hear that?" Emma whispered, her hand instinctively reaching for Jake's arm. Jake nodded, his archaeological enthusiasm momentarily overshadowed by a creeping sense of unease. The silence was oppressive, broken only by their careful footsteps and the occasional rustle of unseen creatures. Then they saw it. The cave entrance loomed before them, a dark maw carved into the rocky hillside. Ancient symbols were etched into the stone surrounding the entrance, their edges worn but still discernible. Jake's hands trembled as he traced the carvings. "These are definitely from a civilization we've never documented," he breathed. "This could be the archaeological find of the century." As they prepared to enter, a faint sound caught their attention: footsteps. Human footsteps, carefully placed, approaching from behind. someone else was hunting the same secret. The group exchanged quick, knowing glances. Their adventure was about to become much more complicated. The cave beckoned, its darkness promising mysteries yet uncovered, secrets waiting to be unraveled. And somewhere in the shadows, another group was closing in. The footsteps grew louder, and a figure appeared from the trees, a tall man cloaked in shadows. Without a word, he moved toward the cave entrance, vanishing into the darkness. Who was that? We're not alone, Alex said, determined. Let's go. Inside the cave, an ancient hum resonated from deep within. The walls shimmered with shifting symbols, and the air grew heavier with each step. At the center, a glowing crystal pulsed atop a stone altar. The man reappeared, his face ancient, eyes grim. You shouldn't have come, he said, his voice echoing. Why? Alex demanded. He gestured to the crystal. It holds the heart of the forest. But it comes with a cost. Before they could respond, the cave trembled, and the man vanished, leaving them in a silence thick with secrets. The crystal pulsed, alive with an eerie power. Now, they were part of the mystery. Forever.
Thanks for joining the adventure. The secrets continue. Like, share, subscribe, and comment your favorite story genres.